take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SBI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
With the helpful hardware, folks. Your leader for live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports. This is the SBI Sports Network.
Welcome to Bear Lake High School basketball on this Friday early evening, late afternoon, as Sugar-Salem in town, and because it's still the school holiday, we decided to play the game a little bit earlier, get them on the road, get them home. And so we're starting a little bit later than it was scheduled, but we're still starting way earlier than normal. Going to be about a 5:10 tip-off tonight. And we're doing the Your Sponsorship Here pregame show. And welcome to that. So tonight, Sugar-Salem comes into town. This is Bear Lake's only loss on the season. The Bear Lake Bears are 8-1 at this point in the year. Their only loss coming at Sugar-Salem, 36-32 early in the season. As far as rankings, the last time I checked, Bear Lake was ranked number 2 in the state. Sugar-Salem ranks number 1. This is a big matchup, potentially your state championship preview if everything goes to seeding, as Sugar-Salem Diggers and the Bear Lake Bears set to square off in a holiday battle here at the Bear Lake High School gym. And this could establish, this game could have huge impacts in the postseason. The postseason, the state tournament is seeded based on the MaxBev ranking, and these two sitting 1 and 2. The winner of this game could end up being the number 1 team in the state for that ranking based on this game. And looks like the number 1 team, as in any sport, will have a huge advantage as far as the bracketing goes. So this is a big, big game. Good crowd in the house tonight. Huge crowd, in fact. The student section's a little bit anemic, which you'd expect during the holidays, but the rest of the gym is packed to the brim. And we're ready for an exciting basketball game. As last time, very low-scoring defensive battle. Like I said, 36-32. Bears led pretty much almost the entire game till right towards the end when Sugar-Salem forced overtime and then won it by 4 in overtime, 36-32. But that game was played, I think, without a shot clock, if I remember correctly, up there in Sugar. And the good news for the Bear Lake Bears tonight, Sadie Shaw back out on the court. She has been in a walking boot and missed the entire Green River tournament, and she's back tonight and ready to play. So she'll get the start for the first time in a few weeks, and that's good news as one of the senior leaders on this team back in action tonight as the Bears welcome the Sugar-Salem Diggers to town in what I said already is a big, big game. 8-1 Bear Lake Bears looking to avenge their one and only loss. And Sugar-Salem, in the meantime, they are, this is the other games going on in the area. Sugar-Salem's 11-0. And Marsh Valley tonight taking on Buell is another important game. But 11-0 versus 8-1. Bears should be 9-1 possibly, having had a chance to play over the holidays, but that game last Saturday canceled for weather. The Sugar-Salem Diggers beat Ryrie, then Bear Lake 36-32. Like we said, Kimberly Shelley beat Snake River 60-15. Ooh. Then they went and played Wasatch, Utah, down in in a tournament that was there in Sugar over the holidays. 43-28. They beat Butte County, smaller school. They beat Blackfoot. They beat Shelley. They beat American Falls, another school that we know that will be playing, 64-16. And then their last game, they have been off for quite a while. They last played on Saturday the 21st, which is the last time the Bears played, and they beat Filer in that game, 64-23. The good news is for the Bears is they've been off just as long as we have, and the other good news is they have not played a competitive game other than the Bear Lake game. The Bears, meanwhile, started the season off beating Malad, Soda Springs, then that loss to Sugar. They beat Firth, North Fremont, Preston, and then over in the Green River tournament, beat Evanston, Mountain View, which was a good game against a great team, and then beat Rock Springs. So that's what both teams are looking at right now. 8-1 Bear Lake versus the 11-0 Sugar-Salem Diggers. 1 versus 2. These two teams will definitely be the two favorites as we go into the state tournament if all things stay the way they are. And as you saw by looking down that schedule, what Sugar-Salem has done to the other teams in the district, Snake River and American Falls definitely down this year. And Marsh Valley looks to be the second best team in the district behind Bear Lake, but the Bears will be a heavy favorite to win the district, and obviously Sugar heavy favorite to win their district as well. So these two teams on a collision course, it seems at this point in the year, at the state level. All right, Nate, you got some keys to the game for us before we get started?
Yeah, Jared, I would say my key to the game tonight for the Bear Lake Lady Bears is going to be play physical. You've got to out-physical this team. If you remember the last game in Sugar City, it was very physical down the stretch, not a lot of points scored. The score actually looked a lot friendlier than it actually was. Couldn't get the lid off the basket, but a lot of that was just due to Sugar-Salem's elite defense on Bear Lake. So you've got to come out, be the aggressors early, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Don't give Sugar-Salem any easy looks, and just play Bear Lake basketball. And as long as the shots are falling and you're playing tough defense, you've got a shot in this game.
Okay, Lisa, you got anything that you're looking for tonight?
I'm going to not do a lot of talking.
She's had a cold, and she's doing some sick duty today. So if you hear some coughing, that's Lisa. I'm going to say my key to the game is don't let your foot off the gas. If you remember right, the Bears led this one. I think it was either 7-0 or 9-0 there in Sugar. And then, like Nate said, it seemed like there was a lid over the basket after that for the Bear Lake Bears. They let Sugar fight right back into it. So I'm going to say don't let off the gas. Come out early like they did, and then keep it going and push forward and get that win.
I did think of one, actually. If you remember the game up in Sugar, this team is very aggressive when it comes to defense, and I think the Bears have to match that, the aggression.
I like it.
Not
the physical.
Right.
Nate talked about the physicality. You talked about
like
the
Nate
aggression.
said.
Yeah, I like it.
Just be aggressive. Anticipate the pass. Go to the pass. Don't be content to let it come to you. And this Bear Lake Bears team, they're excellent at that. So
the aggression did catch the Bears off balance quite a bit in that last game. All right, I'm going to take the headset off to the opening introductions here at the game, and then we'll get started right after this.
All right, we're getting ready to do a national anthem.
I'm really grateful that Jared gently set that microphone down as our ears were sacrificed in that.
Yeah, someday when we're all deaf, everyone will know.
We'll know why.
All right, Celia Ream is going to perform the national anthem, and we're going to let you listen in.
Oh, say
tag back up into the ceiling. Beautiful job by Celia Ream again. She did a great job. All right, we are ready for Bear Lake basketball again. This is number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the 4A division in the state. Sugar-Salem currently ranked in number 1, Bear Lake number 2. We've already seen these two teams play. They battle it out, and it was a 4-point difference was all in Sugar in overtime. So it's going to be a great game. All right, starting for the Sugar-Salem Diggers, 0, a junior, Tasha Larson. Number 1, a sophomore, Andy Pedersen. Number 2, a senior, Ashlyn Harris. Number 10, a senior, Sophia Doherty. And number 20, a senior, Nika Mead. And the Sugar-Salem Diggers are coached by Crystal Daly. All right, starting for the Bear Lake Bears tonight, welcome back to the court, senior, number 2, Sadie Shaw. Number 10, senior, Taisley Neal. A senior, number 11, Emery Walker. A 5'10 junior, number 24, Peyton Crockett. And a 6'1 sophomore, number 32, Hallie Wells. And the Bear Lake Bears, of course, coached by Ken Wells, Josie Voris, and Sean Lloyd. All right. Here we go. It's time for basketball. Buckle up, folks, because this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it should be physical, should be, well, it's going to be physical, going to be aggressive. And, yeah, it was a fun game up in Sugar-Salem, frustrating because neither team could really get the lid off the hoop. And we're hoping that that'll be a little bit different for the Bears tonight. And one of the girls wears something around her neck that I think
it's a concussion. Is it a concussion collar or something? Is that what they call them?
I think so. And the referee's checking it out to make sure it's safe and legal. And they let her wear it out there. So we'll have
yep, you're good.
Hallie Wells jumping it up against, and I can't see the number. So we'll get it as we can see it. And we're ready to get started. Bears will be going left to right as you see it. As we see it and you hear it. And Bears control the tip. Sadie Shaw set the offense now to Taisley Neal on the elbow. Back over to Shaw. It's tipped, but she'll run it down at half court and go to Emery Walker on the elbow. Back up top to Shaw. And now to Neal. Over to Shaw to Walker. Walker for 3. No good. Looked good. Rebounds taken down by the Diggers, but then taken away by Emery Walker on the steal. Quickly ahead to Wells. Wells turns around, knocked away, and taken away. And into the hands of the Diggers. And bringing it into the front court for the Diggers is Peterson. Peterson over to Doherty up top and over back to Peterson. In the corner, Doherty, 3-ball, no good. Taisley Neal with the rebound. She'll dribble out of trouble and get it to Shaw, who will bring it in the front court. Quickly underneath, Peyton Crockett, pass. Easy layup. Beautiful. Nice assist there from Shaw. Nice bucket by Peyton Crockett, and the Bears lead it 2-0. Quickly up ahead, it goes to Harris. Now inside, up and in, count it, she's fouled.
Yep.
Nika Need gets it to go.
That foul goes on Wells, her first, Bear Lake's first team foul.
So Nika Need to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Jacobson Mountain Air for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley. Call 208-847-2655. Need trying to complete the three-point play. She misses, and Neal gets the rebound, so we're still tied 2-0. Quickly up ahead, Shaw thinks about the 3. Instead, she'll drive, shoot it. She'll go to the line. She's fouled.
Great to see her back on the court. That foul goes on number 2. Oh, Harris. Her first and first team foul for the Diggers.
So Shaw to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. She'll shoot a pair. Her first one up and no good. She'll have another to try to give the Bears the lead. Each team has a 2-point bucket. Each team has been to the foul line. Shaw misses them both. Rebound to Harris. And then to Peterson. Into the front court. Inside to Need. Easy bucket. Similar play to Crockett's easy make. You break the press, and sometimes if you get it underneath quick enough, you can lead to an easy hoop, and that's exactly what happened there. And the Diggers take the 4-2 lead. Walker with it on the elbow. Lob inside to Crockett. Back outside to Walker. Up top, Shaw drives. Flips it to Wells. She'll hand it to Neal. Walker drives baseline and misses, but she's fouled.
That was a great drive across the lane.
She couldn't quite get it up and in because of the foul, but she will go to the line. The Jacobson Mountain Air foul line to shoot 2.
Foul goes on Larson, her first.
So both teams 0 for the night from the Phillips 66 U-Save 3-point line. Walker becomes the first one to make it from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. And she goes 1 out of 2, and it's 4-3 in favor of the Diggers as Peterson will bring the ball into the front court. Quickly up ahead, she goes to
Doherty.
Doherty drives the lane, throws it off the glass, and the Diggers doubling up the Bears 6-3 in the early going. Just 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. Both teams finding it easier to score tonight than they did up in Sugar-Salem. Ball's knocked away by Doherty from Neal. She'll come all the way down to the other end, go underneath the hoop, lose the ball. She'll keep it. As they say, Shaw knocked it out of bounds. I think that was one. We'll call the ball out of bounds instead of calling a foul.
Yeah, I was expecting a foul call there.
Doherty on the inbound. She'll come out top to Need. Need now to Peterson. Over to Larson. And then Larson gets called for the travel. Turnover on the Diggers. Bear Lake basketball. Diggers lead at 6-3. As Shaw will bring the ball into the front court and set the offense for the Bears. Now she goes to Walker. Walker cross court to Neal. Neal quickly back over to Shaw. Shaw going to drive the lane, come over to Neal on the elbow. Neal comes back up top and goes across to Shaw. 3-pointer on the way from Walker. No good. Rebound, though, into the hands of Neal. Neal will drive, shoot, miss it. But the rebound to Wells, and she's fouled. It'll be Bear Lake Bell on the baseline.
That foul goes on Harris. That'll be her second.
That's big, as she'll have to go to the bench.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to do, bring her to the bench, and in comes Brynlee Bradshaw.
Quickly inside to Wells. She goes down the lane, up, no good. Bear Lake fans wanted another foul, but they get it, but on the rebound, and it goes on Walker. So Larson had secured the rebound for the Diggers, and Walker gets called for the reach-in foul.
It's Walker's first, second for the Bears.
Ball goes inside to Need, now back up top to Peterson. Over to Larson. Larson to Need. Need shot up and no good. Rebound to Walker. And ahead to Shaw. Shaw goes to Wells on the baseline. Wells to Walker, the cutter.
Beautiful
nice move by Walker. She's fouled.
She draws the foul. That goes on Need, her first 14 foul for the Diggers.
And we'll send Walker back to the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. She went 1 for 2 on her last trip to the foul line. Bears trail at 6-3. Walker's first foul shot off the right side and no good. The Bears are now 1 for 5 on the night from the foul line. Walker will have another. And this one rattles home. So she gets 1 out of 2 on this trip, 1 out of 2 on the last trip. And Doherty brings in the front court now to Peterson. Peterson gets called for the double dribble. Shaw and Neal kind of surprised her with a little bit of a double team, and she turned the ball over. Bears trail by 2. They have the basketball with 4:37 left to go in the first period. Shaw to Walker. Walker cross court to Wells. Wells now to Shaw in the corner. She'll dribble up top, bounce pass to Neal. Neal cross to Walker, now into Crockett. Neal's shot is blocked, and there's a jump ball on the rebound. It'll be Sugar-Salem basketball.
Who was on that block?
I believe it was Larson that got the block, not positive. Bears applying a little bit of full court pressure here. Doherty throws it away. Shaw picks it off and lays it in. We're tied at 6. The full court pressure causes the turnover and the easy bucket. Doherty to Peterson now, still in the backcourt. She gets it into the front court, lobs it Wells knocks it away. She can't save it, though. Out of bounds. It will be Sugar-Salem basketball.
All right, substitutions for the Bears. Everybody but Wells coming off the court. Coming in, Court Skinner, Julie Saxton, Desiree Alleman, and Brooke Bainey.
We're all tied up at 6. Doherty with it. And she'll go to Bradshaw. And now to Larson and to Peterson out in three-point range. They're looking inside to Need. Nothing there. Baseline Doherty. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound to Wells. She'll go to Bainey up ahead. Bears go back to Wells. Up and in. Count it. She's fouled.
Beautiful move. Great assist by Bainey.
Wells with the Euro step to get herself open.
That foul goes on Pedersen, her first.
I think she thought she was going to draw the charge. Wells did the Euro step, avoided the contact. Back to the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line where she misses the rebound to Peterson. It's 8-6, Bear Lake Bears in the lead. Pedersen throws it away. Wells picks it off. She goes up ahead and it's knocked away by Doherty, who is going to get the layup at the other end and make it. So Wells' pass was knocked away. It led to a layup at the other end. We're tied at 8. Bainey will go to Wells on the elbow, still out in three-point range. Wells looking for a cutter. She goes to Saxton. Bounce pass to Alleman. Knocked away from her, out of bounds. It'll be Bear Lake basketball.
All right, substitutions for the Diggers. Rydalch and Klinger coming into the game for Doherty and Larson.
So Skinner will inbound baseline in a tie ball game with 3:11 left in the first period. Skinner will get it into Wells. She gets it to Saxton. Saxton throws up a runner. No good. Rebound to Skinner. She'll go back up and miss it. Good defense there by the Diggers. And the rebound goes to Bradshaw. Now Peterson with the ball in the backcourt. She goes to Klinger. Now to Rydalch. Now back to Klinger. Klinger in the corner. Up top now to Rydalch. Now to Pedersen. And to Klinger. Corner to Rydalch. 12-second shot clock. Pedersen with it. Down low, it's knocked away. And finally got back by Need, but she cannot save it out of bounds. And it'll be Bear Lake basketball. Need got a good shot off there late in the shot clock. Didn't go. And the rebound goes out of bounds off of Sugar. Bear Lake basketball.
Alleman did a great job underneath there to tip that ball away from her for just a second. Threw her off of her motion, her rhythm.
And we're going to have another foul. Julie Saxton is going to go to the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line.
That one goes on Need, her second.
Need with 2, and already on the bench, Harris with 2. As Julie Saxton goes to the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line. Jacobs Mountain Air for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley. And the Bears struggling from the foul line as she misses the first.
Larson coming back into the game for Need.
2 out of 7 now are the Bears from the foul line tonight. And make it 2 out of 8. Rebound is controlled by Larson. And Pedersen will bring it into front court. She goes back to Larson. And timeout taken by the Diggers. We'll take it with them. It's at 30. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the SVI Sports Network.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa. When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa.
8-0 on the SVI Sports Network. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You can count on them to care. Visit blmhospital.com. And we're all tied up at 8 on that BLM Hospital scoreboard, with Sugar-Salem in control of the basketball at the moment. Quick shot from Larson is no good. A rebound taken down by Rydalch. Back out to Larson. Pedersen top of the key, 3 on the way. It's good. That's
Pretty.
our first Phillips 66 USA 3-point make of the night. Pedersen puts the Diggers up 11-8. That ties their big lead of the game, which is 3. The Bears' big lead of the game is 2. It's been back and forth all night. Saxton will go to Bamey. Bamey into Saxton. Ball's knocked away from her, taken away. Pedersen will get it after Bradshaw tipped it away. Quickly up ahead to Larson. Inside it goes to Bradshaw. Back out to Larson. Larson drives baseline. Shot is no good. Rebound to Bradshaw, who puts it up and in. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead for the Diggers at 13-8. 1:20 left in the first quarter. Skinner with it on the elbow. She'll come out to Saxton. Saxton will go to Skinner on the elbow. Skinner's going to drive baseline, come back up top to Bamey. Now over to Saxton. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Bears have plenty of time. Gets it to Wells. Wells, nice move down the lane. Up and in. She gets it to go. Cuts the lead to 3 at 13-10 as we go under 1 minute left in the first period. Bradshaw back to Pedersen. They'll set the offense. Now to Rydalch. And to Pedersen. She made a 3 from there a minute ago. She makes it again. Nothing but net this time. And that's 2 Phillips 66 USA 3-pointers in the last minute of basketball from Pedersen. And that's a 6-point Sugar-Salem lead as Skinner comes cross court to Saxton. Now to Bamey. And tries to lob inside to Wells. It's taken away. And the Diggers with the 6-point lead get it ahead to Larson. They can work the last shot if they want to. They go inside to Bradshaw, and she's going to be tied up. Jump ball between Bamey and Bradshaw. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. Bear Lake will have 15 seconds to try to cut into this 6-point Sugar-Salem lead.
Crockett coming into the game for Wells.
So Bears have 15 seconds and the basketball. The Diggers have a 6-point lead as we come to the end of the first period. And Bamey is going to drive quickly down the court, lob it over to Skinner. Now top to Saxton. Now to Skinner. Skinner to Bamey. Bamey is going to drive and travel with it. So the Bears don't get a shot off, and with 1.6 seconds left, the Diggers now have a chance to maybe get a quick shot off. 6-point Digger lead goes to Larson. She'll dribble, shoot, and closer than I thought it would be. She shot from half court. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
This is your home for Bear Lake Bears basketball, live on SVI Media and The Wave, all a part of the SVI Sports Network.
The Diggers lead it by 6. They start the second quarter with basketball. Starters back on the court for both teams. Lob inside to Larson. She's double-teamed baseline and fouled.
That goes on, who'd they say?
Sadie Shaw.
Her first.
So 7:43 left in the first half, 16-10, courtesy of a couple of 3-point shots by Pedersen at the end of that first quarter. And the Diggers in the lead. Harris receives the inbounds pass and then is called for the travel. So turnover, and it was Bear Lake basketball as they trail by 6. Shaw gets it to Walker. Walker inside to Wells, up and in. Nice pass, nice shot. And the Bears cut into the lead at 16-12. Wells the leading scorer for the Bears on the night.
With 6 currently.
Need goes to, in the corner to Larson. Off the top backboard and no good. And a reach-in foul goes on Doherty.
That'll be her first.
So on the rebound, she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar trying to get the steal. And the Bears have a chance to cut further into that lead that was 6 at the end of the first quarter. In the corner goes to Crockett. She tries to go inside to Wells. Wells can't control the pass, and it's taken away. It goes inside.
Great pass.
Need wide open. Need's been the benefit of a lot of those where she finds herself open as the Bears double team. Then Shaw gets called for walking. She's commits the turnover. And it's Digger basketball. Digger lead by 6 at 18-12. Pedersen will walk the ball into the front court. Now she goes to Larson. And to Need, to Doherty out in three-point range. Doherty looking inside to Harris, not there. Instead goes to the corner and the bounce pass inside to Harris is a little bit too hard for her. The Bears come up with a steal, but Pedersen steals it right back at the other end. The Bears trying to force the action, and then it goes the other way. And Wells gets the block shot. Harris gets her own rebound. It's blocked again. This time, Crockett gets it. So 2 blocks on that possession for the Bears, and Pedersen almost gets another steal. As the Bears trying to force the action up court, Pedersen knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. Shaw on the elbow. She goes to Neal, back to Shaw. 6 minutes left in the first half. 18-12. Crockett in the corner. Goes back up top to Neal, to Wells. Wells underneath to Walker to Crockett.
Great
nice ball
choice.
movement. Crockett can't get the shot to go. Rebound to Larson. Quickly up ahead, Doherty with it. She'll drive the lane, be cut off, go to Need. It's knocked away from her, but she gets it back. Outside to Larson, back inside to Harris. Harris on the baseline, throws it way out top. Peterson will run it down. Pedersen run it down near half court. Now she'll drive, draw the defense, kick back out to Doherty. 16-second shot clock, 5.5 game clock. Pass to Pedersen, now to Doherty out in three-point range, 10-second shot clock. She'll drive down the lane, put it up, blocked, but into the hands of Need, and she gets it to go. So Wells gets the block, Need gets the rebound and the easy putback. Sometimes good defense leads to early, easy offense for the other team. If Wells doesn't block that, and then the Need doesn't get the easy putback. Wells cross-court pass now to Shaw. 5 minutes left in the first half, 8-point Sugar-Salem lead. Walker baseline goes up top to Neal. Shaw for 3. No good. Rebound. Fought forward, jump ball. It'll be Bear Lake basketball.
All right, substitutions. Rydalch coming back in, replacing Pedersen.
And Walker will inbound baseline as the Bears get it on the alternate possession, trailing by 8 at 20-12, 4:49 left till halftime. Walker comes into Crockett. Crockett's going to go out to Neal. Neal will drive, go inside to Wells. Wells walks with it. Yep, she did. She switched pivot feet.
Dribble. Yep.
And Larson goes to throw it inbounds. Doherty trips, so the Bears get the steal. Inside to Wells. And the layup. Nice steal. Nice pass.
Give that assist to Neal.
And then Shaw should have been probably called for a foul there, and then Doherty does get the foul, and that's going to get the Sugar-Salem crowd going, and I agree.
Yeah, I agree with them also. That's going to be their second, Doherty's second.
That absolutely
That should have been a foul on Shaw. That was a retaliation foul by Doherty, but the first foul should have been called.
Wells goes to Shaw, to Walker, corner 3, no good. Rebound to Harris. Rydalch brings the ball into the front court. Shaw takes it away. This time they call the foul. This time probably was clean.
It's a makeup call.
Yeah, the first one before
we
definitely.
owed them one. All right, coming in for the Diggers, number 23, Bradshaw. Also,
Pedersen comes back in.
Pedersen back in, and Doherty went to the bench.
And Need.
Thanks.
Bradshaw to Rydalch in the corner to Pedersen. And she gets it to Bradshaw. Nice
Great
pass. Up and in to Harris. And that they do a good job on finding a soft spot in that zone, drawing the double team, which then leads to the easy bucket. Crockett to Walker on the baseline. Now sideline pass to Shaw for 3. No good. The Phillips 66 U-Save long ball has not been there for Bear Lake. Quickly up ahead. Larson misses the layup. I think that shot was affected by Wells. Crockett got the rebound. She hands it to Neal. And the Bears, lucky that they're not down by 10 now after that one. Shaw with it up top at the center court circle. Now to Walker on the corner. She'll go sideline. Crockett inside to Walker. Walker shot blocked by Bradshaw. And Rideouts will hand it to Pedersen, and here come the Diggers. Inside lob goes to Harris. A little bit too far underneath. She backs out and makes the easy bucket. Timeout taken by Coach Wells. It's a 30. We'll take it with him on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
The SVI Sports Network returns now with more live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports.
24-14 on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 3:09 left in the first half. Sugar-Salem Diggers up by 10 on the Bear Lake Bears. And the student section, the 6-man, not too lively over there, but they haven't had much to cheer about so far as the Diggers have been able to find soft spots in the Bear Lake defense. During that timeout, mass substitutions, Wells, the only Bear Lake starter still on the court, as Bamey, Skinner, Saxton, and Alleman come back in. Wells goes to Saxton. Saxton looking inside. She'll go to Bamey on the elbow. Up top it goes to Skinner. Skinner over to Wells. Baseline to Saxton. She'll drive. Go up top to Wells. Now to Bamey. Bamey with the 3 ball.
Nope.
No good. Rebound taken by Bradshaw for the Diggers. They push the ball quickly into the front court. Inside, easy bucket.
Yep.
The Bears just not getting back and almost turn it over on the inbound. And this quarter has been all Sugar-Salem as they lead it by a score of 26-14. There's another steal by Ridealch. And then Alleman jumps in there to tie her up. It'll be a jump ball. It'll still be Sugar-Salem basketball. Heads up move by Alleman. As Ridealch was on the floor on her knees, she couldn't do much with it, and Alleman smart to tie her up right there. Ridealch with the ball in the backcourt goes to Pedersen. Quickly up ahead to Harris. Now back to Ridealch. Ridealch will drive, come back out top to Pedersen. She'll back out. Now she'll lob inside. Alleman knocks it away. Last touch by the Bears. Lob was intended for Harris.
Crockett in the game for Wells. And Harris coming out, being replaced by
Need.
Pedersen
out to Ridealch up top. Now back to Pedersen on the baseline. She'll dribble up top, go to Ridealch. Over to Klinger. To Bradshaw. Now back to Pedersen. Looking inside for Need. Nothing there. She'll dribble around the screen, go to Ridealch in the corner. Open 3. Klinger, no. Rebound to Saxton. Saxton will push it up ahead to Skinner. Skinner goes to Crockett. Crockett down the lane. Up and in. Peyton Crockett gets the bucket. That stops the bleeding for a second. They're still down by 10 at 26-16. Nice transition bucket there by Peyton Crockett. And then Julie Saxton steps in, takes the ball away, and gets fouled.
And that one's going to go on Bradshaw. It'll be her fourth team foul, actually. And Doherty coming in for Ridealch.
Bamey will bring the ball into the front court. Bears looking to cut into the 10-point deficit, trailing on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard by a score of 26-16. Skinner lobs it cross court to Bamey, almost taken away by Bradshaw. Saxton back to Skinner. Up top to Saxton. Saxton dribble drive, shoot. And rattle it home from about 18 feet just inside the three-point line to cut it to 8 at 26-18. Bears scored 4 straight now, looking for a stop. Need to Klinger. Klinger up top to Pedersen. And now to Doherty up top to Bradshaw, over to Klinger with 1 minute.
Need wide open underneath there. They didn't see her. That's a good thing.
Doherty in the corner to Pedersen. Lob it over to Klinger. Klinger will shoot the 3. No good. Rebound, though. It's going to be run down in the corner by Bradshaw. She tries to throw it out of bounds off of Alleman. It doesn't. Well, they're going to discuss it. And they say it did work. It does go off of Alleman. So 46.9 seconds on the game clock. 33 seconds left on the shot clock.
Bradshaw coming out of the game. Back in is...
It's a new player.
Courtney Bradshaw. Oh, Bradshaw for Bradshaw. There you go.
Klinger with it in the corner. She goes into the new Bradshaw in the game. Back out to Klinger. She traveled, double dribble, something.
Both.
I think she only took one dribble,
it was
a travel, but he signaled double dribble. Anyway, into the front court. The Bears can kind of work for a last shot if they want to. There's only about a second and a half between game clock and shot clock. But Pedersen is just going to take it away, so it's not going to matter. And she'll get it to Doherty. The layup is missed. Bears get the rebound. Quickly up ahead to Crockett. She'll drive the lane, scoop it up, no good. And rebound to Klinger. Pedersen will slow it down, and they'll look for the last shot most likely. Up ahead to Doherty. She's looking inside, though, to Need. She gets it to her, and up and in. She got it through the double team, and now 2 seconds left. Bamey's just going to have to shoot a long shot. I don't think the Bears knew that what the time looked like, and it's a 10-point lead at halftime for the Sugar-Salem Diggers at 28-18. The second quarter was all Sugar. We'll be back. Actually, no, let's stick it right here because the cheerleaders are coming out to perform, and we'll let you watch the cheerleaders while we talk about the halftime stats. And your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard, we'll start right there, shows the Sugar-Salem Diggers up by 10, which in this kind of game, when it's low scoring like this, 10 seems like a lot. 28-18. Lisa, who has done the damage, starting with Sugar.
All right. Sorry, I was wrapping up some stuff. Here we go. Need leading in the scoring column for the Diggers with 10 points, followed by Pedersen with 6, Harris with 6, 4 for Doherty, and 2 for Bradshaw. They're shooting 52% from the field, 11 out of 17, 64% from the 2-point range, 2 out of 8, 25% from the 3-point line, and they are 0 for 1, 0% from the foul line. They've only taken 1 foul shot in the entire game. They have 17 rebounds at half, 3 offensive, and 6 turnovers total. But, man, they're aggressive. 9 steals. They've got blocks. They've got assists. They've got deflections. Again, we talked about that pregame. Very aggressive defense, and it's working. They're they've playing amazing.
Got the Bear Lake offense off balance
Very
for sure.
flustered. All right, for the Bear Lake Bears, Wells leading with 8 points, followed by Crockett with 4, 2 for Walker, 2 for Saxton, 2 for Shaw. They're shooting 34% overall from the field. They're 8 out of 16, so 50% from the 2-point range. 0 for 7, 0% from the 3-point line.
And that's been the big thing. The Bears usually pretty good 3-point shooters, and most of the looks have been good looks. They've had time to set their feet, get off a good 3-point shot. They just haven't gone down for the Bears. That Phil 66 USAVE 3-point shot is going to be a necessity in the second half if the Bears are going to fight their way back in because they're getting the looks. They're just not getting them to go.
Correct. They're 22% from the foul line, 2 out of 9. They have 12 rebounds, 3 of those offensive. They're pretty even with the assist in the assist column. They themselves have 3 blocks. They have 7 steals. They've got 2 deflections, 4 turnovers. Really nobody in foul trouble. Shaw has 2, Walker with 1, Wells with 1. I forgot to report that on the Sugar-Salem side. They've got a couple. They've got 3 players with 2 fouls each. Harris, Doherty, and Need. Larson has 1, Pedersen with 1, and Bradshaw with 1. So
looked like fouls were going to be a problem early for the Diggers as Harris and Need, was it, that got in early foul trouble?
Yeah.
Both had 2 fouls and had to go to the bench early, but it turned out not to be a big deal. The difference in the game is the 3-point shooting. Those 2 long balls give them 6 points that the Bears don't have, and in a 10-point game, that's pretty much almost the difference. The Bears, two things that stick out to me is the three-point shooting, 0 for the game, and the foul shooting, 2 for 9. They've got to improve both of those if they're going to make it back into this game. The Jacobs Mountain Air foul line, Bears are getting there, just not getting them to go. And then the Phillips 66 USA three-point line, just not friendly for the Bears, shaking off some rust after the long break. But Sugar has had the same break. They've also been off since December 21st. Yeah, neither team has played in about 2 weeks. In fact, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow since either team has last played. And it's showing more for the Bears than it is for Sugar-Salem as they lead it by 10. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with a little bit more right here at halftime on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa.
We're back at halftime on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Shows the first half belongs to Sugar-Salem Diggers. They lead it by 10 at 28-18. And this is our first of 2 back-to-back broadcasts this weekend. Tomorrow we'll be back on the air for another holiday special. It'll be another early game. The Bear Lake Bears travel to, the boys basketball team in this case, travel to West Jefferson tomorrow to take on West J. That is also a 5 o'clock tip-off from West J, just like this was a 5 o'clock tip-off for the varsity here against Sugar tonight. And the girls also back in action tomorrow as they take on the Malad Dragons. So Bears and Sugar in a battle here in girls basketball, Bears and West J tomorrow. And then the girls' game, we will not have it on the air because we're going to be up in West Jefferson and Tarleton. And while they're playing in Malad, that game will be on the NFHS Network video if you would like to watch it. And about the time we go off the air up in Tarleton, you should be able to turn that game on because it's a regular 7:30 tip over in Malad as the girls go back-to-back nights and travel to Malad tomorrow. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital sponsors our scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, count on us to care. Visit blmhospital.com.
And sponsoring our three-point shot tonight, Phillips 66 You Save. Live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Our foul line sponsor, Jacobs Mountain Air, heating and air conditioning for the Bear Lake Valley. Call 208-847-2665.
Gunderson Ace Hardware, Ace, the helpful place, located in Montpelier.
Napa Auto Parts, that's Napa know-how.
Northern Title, good deeds done daily, northerntitle.net.
Sorry about that. Bear Lake Drug, a drugstore, and a great deal more.
Bear Lake Dental Care, where kindness and dentistry meet.
And Simplot, committed to safety for their Bear Lake Valley employees and their families. Visit simplot.com.
Additional sponsors, we'd like to thank Stephen D. Hammond's Dental, Lenhart Distributing, and Flying S Title.
So thank you to
and our sports boosters.
Yes, and all of our sports boosters that you hear if you're listening to the radio broadcast during the breaks. And we got about 2 minutes left here in halftime. Nate, what do you got to see in the second half from the Bear Lake Bears?
Honestly, they've got to get the lid off the basket, especially around the three-point line. They've got to eliminate that goose egg. They've got to come out and make their free throws. If Bear Lake makes twice as many free throws and a couple of three-pointers, this game is a completely different ball game. Bear Lake would be in the lead. Just a couple of missed opportunities down the stretch. And then defensively, you've got to tighten up. You've got to come out in the second half. You've got to play better on the defensive side. Too many easy looks for Sugar-Salem on the inside, especially. You've got to lock down the paint, lock down the perimeter. There's been a bunch of open threes as well. 28 points in the first half. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but all of those 28 points have been daggers so far for the Bears in the first half.
And they only scored 36 in Sugar.
Yeah,
so
completely
it
different.
is a difference.
Completely different than the last game, if you ask me.
Yep.
They've just got to come out firing, and you've got to have the confidence that the next shot's going to go in. We know this team can shoot well from the outside. They've proven it many times throughout the years. You've just got to go out there, have the confidence that the shots are going to fall at some point, and just shoot. Just keep shooting. Believe the next one's going to go in. Have that next shot mentality and come out and play smart basketball.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The shots will go in. Offensively, they're going to happen. I'm not as worried about the offense as much as I am about the defense, especially those interior shots. Sugar-Salem has gotten too much too easy on the inside, as it seems like every time they drive the lane, they end up finding themselves wide open.
Yep.
So we're ready for basketball. The officials didn't come out until just now. Usually there's a buzzer at 3 minutes to let them know to come out, and they either didn't hear it or it didn't go off.
Or they were just enjoying the treats in there.
Yeah, so they just barely came back out, but we're ready to go. Bear Lake basketball. Starters on the court for both teams. That means Shaw out there with Walker. Shaw goes down the lane, puts it up, misses, but the rebound taken down by Crockett. She goes to Neal. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound goes to Wells, up and in. So the Bears get too early from Wells as she gets the rebound and the putback. Bears get 3 opportunities on that trip down the court and cut in to that 10-point lead. The ball is taken away inside by Neal. She's going to hand it to Walker. It's knocked out of bounds by Doherty. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. And the Diggers wanted it to be their ball, but Doherty touched it last, according to the official. So it'll be Bear Lake basketball. Walker is going to get it to Wells on the foul line. Wells back out to Walker. Walker across court to Neal. Open for 3. No good. Rebound and put back by Walker. Bears only down by 6, 28-22. First 4 points of the second half have been the Bears. Pedersen with it. She goes over to Doherty. Doherty thinks about the long 3. Instead, she'll dribble it out and go cross court to Larson. Pedersen, she thinks about the 3. Instead, she'll look inside, come up top. Doherty. Doherty fakes the 3. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Doherty runs it down near midcourt. Nearly taken away by Walker. Harris dribbles across. 5-second shot clock. Harris inside with it. She goes up, is blocked by Wells. And it'll be shot clock violation because the Bears hadn't secured the rebound yet. So the Bears have not allowed any points in the first minute 24 here and have scored 4. Find themselves right back in the game, 28-22. Walker with it on the elbow. She goes inside to Wells. It's taken away by Harris. Good defense there by Harris. She hands it to Pedersen. And Pedersen will dribble down, shoot the 3. No, she missed. She made her last 2 attempts from there. Wells with the rebound. She'll dribble it up and go to Neal. Neal bounce pass out to Walker. Walker to Shaw. Shaw for 3. No. A rebound to Need. So the Bears have had 3. Phillips 66, you saved 3-point attempts. And
she traveled.
And nice block by Walker, and Larson caught her own rebound and walked out of bounds with it, thinking she was going to get the foul call.
Yep.
Sugar-Salem crowd doesn't agree.
Brooke Bamey coming into the game. She was replacing Shaw.
And that was another block shot there by Walker. And Larson, I think, thought she was fouled, so she just came down with it and walked out of bounds. Neal in the corner to Crockett underneath to Bamey. Bamey double-teamed on the baseline.
Pushing her.
And she gets called for 3 seconds.
Wow.
Double team. There was a mouse in the house as Bamey was giving up almost a foot to both girls playing defense on her, and the baseline was there as well. So turnover for the Bears, but they have cut the lead to just 6 at 28-22, courtesy of good defense here so far in the second half. Doherty with it for the Diggers. Should go to Pedersen, now in the corner to Larson. Larson almost walked with it, goes to Doherty. Doherty to Pedersen. Now back to Doherty, looking inside. The Bears have done a better job of keeping that inside defense in this second half so far. Drive by Pedersen, she puts it up, no good. Rebound to Need, her putback also no good. Wells gets the rebound this time. She goes up ahead to Bamey. Bamey goes to Wells, and could have been a couple travel calls there. Neither of them were called. Bamey's shot is missed, and Pedersen gets the rebound. Both Bamey and Wells could have been called for travel as Neal takes it away and knocks it in the hands of Bamey. Bears basketball. Cross-court Walker on the elbow, looking for the cutter. She'll go in the corner to Crockett. Crockett tries to go to Wells. It's knocked away, taken away. Now it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Sugar-Salem basketball.
All right, substitutions. Rydalch coming in for Doherty.
And Sugar-Salem with the ball with the 6-point lead, 28-22, 4:44 left to go in the third quarter. Rydalch will go to Harris up top, now to Larson. Larson to Pedersen, baseline to Rydalch. Rydalch will deliver it back out, go to Pedersen. Cross court to Larson. Larson to Harris. Harris has the ball knocked away, but Rydalch runs it down. And she gets it to Need. Need goes up. She's fouled.
Great defense, though. I'm loving what we're seeing on the Bears' defense. Much more aggressive in this half.
And that's one, if you're watching from home, don't swing down. You probably don't get the foul call. And
Crockett picks up her first.
And she had the block, but she swung down and gets the foul. To the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line goes Need to shoot 2. She misses. They're 0 for the game from the foul line. 0 for 2. They only shot one foul shot in the first half, and Need misses this one. I think she took one foul shot in the first half as well. 28-22, 4:19 left to go in the third, and she makes this one. So the announcers curse in reverse. And the Bears try to push it up quickly, and it's knocked out of bounds. They were looking for Crockett inside. 7-point lead as Klinger and Bradshaw check in. 7-point lead for the Sugar-Salem Diggers with 4:14 left. 4-1 here in the second half in favor of Bear Lake. Bamey with the ball in the inbound. She'll dribble it to the top, set the offense. She goes to Neal. Neal to Wells. Wells turn around and jumper from the foul line. Banks it in. The bank is open on a Friday night during the holidays for the Bears, and the Bears cut it to a 5-point lead. It was 10 points to start the half. At the start of halftime, the lead is now just 5, 29-24 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Ball goes inside. It's knocked away by Walker. Wells will pick it up. She gets it to Walker up ahead. Walker now to Neal. Neal will bring it back out, hand it to Walker. Walker up top to Neal. And Rydalch takes it away. And then it's out of bounds. There's a foul called. Who's going to get the foul?
I'm not sure. That's going on Bamey, her first.
That's a good play by Bamey there to avoid giving the easy bucket to the Diggers.
All right. Coming out, Neal, Crockett, and Walker.
Alleman, Skinner, and Saxton in the game. Rydalch back to Pedersen. Back to Rydalch straight away. She'll go to Pedersen. Cross court, and 3-second call inside on Bradshaw. They said she never cleared the key on the entire possession. The ball was up top, so I wasn't even watching that. You get that call because there's 3 officials, and that was his job to watch it. Usually when the ball's that far away, you don't see that call. Saxton, dribble drive. She'll bring it back out now. Cross court. It's tipped by Klinger, fortunately for the Bears, because that hot pass was too high for Bamey. I don't know if she comes down with it, but Klinger tipped it. Skinner tries to go inside to Alleman. It's kicked out of bounds by Klinger. 3:12 left in the third quarter. 29-24. Diggers in the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bamey with the ball over to Saxton. Saxton to Skinner on the wing. Skinner to Wells. Baseline jumper. Yes! And the lead is down to 3 at 29-26. Pedersen to Rydalch. Up to Harris near the center court circle. Now to Klinger. Inside. Ball's tipped. And last touched by the dig. Oh, I thought it was last touched by Bradshaw. They said it was off of Bamey. It'll stay Digger basketball. Bamey didn't argue, so I'm going to assume the referee has to be right, sadly. Pedersen looking to inbound it. She wants to go inside. It's not going to be there, so she'll come out to Klinger. Klinger, cross court, and Alleman steps in, knocks the ball out of bounds. Knocked Harris down the process, but they say no foul, just Digger ball. 17-second shot clock as they have it again on the baseline. And ball comes into Rydalch. She'll go back to Pedersen. Open three. No. And Skinner with the rebound. Up ahead, Saxton. She'll take a three-point shot. No. And the rebound, though. Jump ball. Bamey and Klinger go to the floor. They call the jump ball. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. The Phillips 66 USA three-point shot just not there tonight for the Bears. And that was a good open look. It was one you want them to take.
Harris came out of the game for the Diggers. Back in is Larson.
And Need also came back in for Klinger. Into Alleman, up and no good. Good defense to force that shot off. And the rebound goes to Need, and here comes Pedersen with it. Three-point game now, 29-26. Bradshaw over to Rydalch in the corner to Pedersen. She goes inside to Bradshaw. She walked with it. Good thing, because Need was wide open. I think she was going to put the ball on the floor and dribble it there. Saw Need wide open, so she went to make the pass and took the step in the meantime. Bears ball. Shaw back in the game for Bear Lake as Wells goes to the bench. Shaw to Bamey to Skinner. Skinner for three, no good. But there's a foul away from the ball.
I'm calling that on Larson. That'll be her second.
So that three-point shot doesn't count as a miss. It'll just be Bear Lake basketball baseline. First foul of the quarter on the Diggers. Skinner with the ball baseline. She'll get it to Bamey. Bamey to Shaw. Shaw lobs it to Skinner. Skinner for three. No good. Bradshaw with the rebound. So the Bears cannot buy that Phillips 66 USA three-point shot in this game. Pedersen dribbles, goes inside to Need. She's fouled.
They're going to call that on Alleman.
They're going to say it's on the ground before the shot.
Alleman's first. That'll be the fourth team foul for the Bears. Third?
Third. I think they already had it up there before you looked that time. They got it up there quick. So Pedersen comes into Bradshaw. Bradshaw's shot is missed. Need knocks the ball out of bounds on the rebound. So it'll be Bear Lake basketball. 1 point so far in this quarter is all the Bears have allowed the Diggers to score. The 10-point halftime deficit is now 3, and Bear Lake has the ball with a chance to cut further into that with 1:42 left here in the third quarter. Alleman goes inside to Crockett. She's fouled.
Rydalch going to pick up her first. Reach from behind. That'll be their team's second.
So 29-26, Bear Lake ball, 35-second shot clock. And they're going to say inbound on the baseline instead of on the side. So Skinner will trigger from the baseline. And she'll come in. She'll just lob it up top to Bamey. Bamey makes a move down the lane, gets it over to Skinner. Skinner to Shaw. Shaw moves down the lane, tries to go to Alleman. Alleman wasn't ready for it, but it is knocked out of bounds by Sugar. That was kind of another one of those lucky for the Bears. It should have been a turnover. Instead, they get the ball back. 27-second shot clock, 1.5 game clock here in the third quarter. Skinner to inbound on the baseline. She gets it inside to Allman. Allman.
Beautiful.
Reverse layup to cut the score to 1. 29-28.
That was a beautiful shot by Allman.
She had her back to the hoop. She just threw it back over her head, and it went in. Pedersen open from 3. Yes, just like that. Back to a 4-point game. The Phillips 66 U-Save 3-point make, the first made basket of the quarter for the Diggers, pushes the lead back to 4 just as the Bears had fought their way all the way back in. And ball comes across to Skinner. Skinner drives the lane, puts it up off balance. She's tripped and was last touched by Allman. She knocks it out of the hands of Larson. It'll be Digger basketball.
Pedersen now with 9, and all 9 of her points have come from the three-point line. 3 3-pointers for her.
32-28, 4-point Sugar-Salem lead. Sugar has the ball. About 16 seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. They could play for a 2-for-1. Rydalch to Pedersen. She thinks about the 3, dribbles inside, goes inside. Nice move by Bradshaw, up and in. Easy look there for Bradshaw.
Too easy.
And they scored 5 in a row. Bears had cut the lead to 1. It's right back up to 6. Shaw down the lane. She's fouled. She'll go line to shoot 2.
That goes on Pedersen, her second. They called it a tripping foul.
It will send Shaw to the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line. She'll shoot 2. The Sugar-Salem bench doesn't like it.
The crowd doesn't like it at all, but according to the referee, she stuck her foot out.
So Shaw will shoot 2, 34-28. The foul line, the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line, has not been friendly to the Bears tonight. Shaw, no, it rattles out.
All right, Doherty coming back in for Pedersen.
22.7 seconds left in the third quarter, 34-28. 34-29 as Shaw does make the second. It's a 5-point game as Larson goes to Need. Need back to Larson. Larson drives baseline to Doherty for 3. Yes.
They can shoot.
All the work the Bears did to fight back into this game, and just like that, they'll go into the fourth quarter trailing by 8. They'd cut it to 1. They go into the fourth quarter trailing by 8. We'll be back with that fourth quarter right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Live coverage of local high school sports continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
The third quarter, the Bears scored 10 of the first 11 points, but then the Diggers scored 8 of the final 9. The Bears cut it to 1 at 29-28, but the Diggers lead at 37-29 as we go into the fourth quarter on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. The starters back on the court for both teams as Larson will lob it up top to Doherty. Doherty now to Pedersen, who's got 3 long balls on the night. She goes inside to Harris. Up and in. The Bears cut it all the way to 1, and all of a sudden it's right back to a 10-point game. All that hard work for naught as the Diggers have gone red hot, and the Bears can't score. And it's not the starters back in the court. Alleman is still in there as Wells gets the block. Rebound to Harris after the steal. And then, then the Bears almost throw it away at the other end. That was quick action. Quickly up ahead to Shaw. Shaw tried to hit Wells for the layup. It was knocked way out of bounds. It'll still be Bear Lake basketball, but they trail by 10 here in the fourth quarter with 7:10 left on a Friday evening. Lob goes into Wells, and she gets to Walker. 3-point shot on the way from Neal. She makes it. There's our first Phillips 66 3-point make of the night. And it came at a crucial time. Taisley Neal cuts the lead to 7. Cross-court pass to Doherty. Doherty is going to drive, be cut off. She goes back outside to Pedersen. Pedersen's going to drive the lane kick. 3-point on the way from Larson. Yes.
She was left undefended.
And all of a sudden, they cannot miss from outside. 42-32 as they match the Neal 3-point shot with one of their own. Walker in the corner to Alleman. Alleman tries to get it to Wells. She'll come back out to Walker. Shaw will shoot the baseline 3. No good. Long rebound to Larson. She'll get it to Pedersen. It's knocked away, but she'll run it down. And with the ball, the 10-point lead here in the fourth quarter come the Sugar-Salem Diggers. Doherty comes across the top. Now she'll go all the way down the lane, and shots blocked by Wells. Rebound by Wells. Up ahead to Neal. Neal turn around, little spinner, gets it to go. So Neal has 5 points in the quarter. The lead for the Diggers is 8. And the Digger crowd wanted to travel there on Neal. Patterson with it. She gets it to Harris at the foul line. Harris down the lane. She'll go to Larson, now to Pedersen. Pedersen back to Larson, looks inside to Harris. Harris drives, shoots, misses, but she's fouled. She'll go to line. She'll shoot 2 from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line.
That's going to go on Alleman, her second.
And so from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line, Jacobson Mountain Air, for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley, call Jacobson Mountain Air. First foul shot is good by Harris. Lead back to 9.
Bamey back in the game for Shaw.
Bamey did a fantastic job while Shaw was out with her injury. Started all 3 games over in the Green River tournament. This is the second foul shot missed. Wells with the rebound. She'll push the ball into the front court. She'll stop, go to Neal. Neal to Walker. Walker looking baseline. Instead, she'll dribble back out. Now baseline to Wells. Wells goes to Walker. Walker back to Neal. Neal baseline jumper, no good. Partially blocked, I think. Harris is fouled on the rebound. Sugar-Salem defense is been solid tonight, and they have timely makes. Anytime the Bears have made a run, the Diggers have made the shots to push the lead right back. Inside to Harris, wide open. Shot blocked by Wells. Rebound. Fought for, taken out of there by Neal. Wells has got several blocks, but then ball knocked away at the other end, and Larson's going to come away with it. She'll go ahead to Harris. Harris to Pedersen, no good. Wells with the rebound. Pedersen a little bit too far underneath by the time she got that one. Tried to get it up and in. Bears with the rebound and the ball. Walker to Wells on the baseline. Looking for a cutter from Neal. Cross court. It goes and tipped out of bounds by Larson. It'll still be Bear Lake basketball.
All right, substitutions again. Walker, Neal, and Alleman leaving the game. Coming in court, Skinner, Sadie Shaw, and Peyton Crockett.
So Bamey to inbounds to Shaw. Shaw over to Skinner. Back up top to Shaw. 9-point ball game in favor of the Diggers. Cross court to Skinner. She'll go again cross court to Bamey. Bamey gets it inside to Wells. Wells up, no good. She's fouled. She'll go to line. She'll shoot 2. The Sugar-Salem crowd wanted an illegal screen on Crockett, and they had a pretty good argument there.
Need picking up her 3rd foul.
And they were 100% correct on that screen. But it was a cross-court pass, and I don't think the officials saw what was going on as Crockett just pushed out of the way. From the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line, that one rattles home. The lead is 8 and Hallie Wells rattles that one down. Jacobson Mountain Air for all your heating and air conditioning needs. 2 for 2 on that trip for Wells, and the lead is 7 at 43-36. So the Bears have fought hard in the second half, but the Diggers have had an answer each time. Bears need to stop right here. It goes inside to Harris. She goes to Larson. Larson drives baseline. Jumper, no good. Rebound. Crockett runs it down, but it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. Good hustle play there by Doherty as Crockett had to run it down to reach in and tie her up. So the Bears get a stop. That's what they needed. Now they need some points on this possession as they trail by 7. Shaw will go baseline to Crockett. Crockett goes to Wells. Wells with a quick jumper, no good, and the rebound to Pedersen. Foul line jumper doesn't go, and it's a 7-point Digger lead, and Diggers have the basketball. In the corner to Larson. She gets it to Need. Good defense there. Wells gets the block. Crockett gets the rebound. Here come the Bears. Quickly up ahead to Bamey. Bamey's shot no good. Crockett comes flying in for the rebound. It's a jump ball.
All right, coming back into the game for the Diggers, we've got Rydalch and Bradshaw replacing Need and Doherty.
And Neal back in the game for the Bears, replacing Bamey. So the Bears have 4 of the 5 starters on the court. Cortland Skinner, the only non-starter out there right now. She's in the game in the position of Walker. Rydalch is going to go to Bradshaw, inside to Harris. Harris gets her man in the air and then misses. And there was another argument there for a foul.
Yeah.
She fouled her early, and then you could have called a walk right there.
Yep.
In the corner to Neal. Neal to Skinner. Skinner to Shaw. Back to Skinner and to Neal. Bears need some points on this possession, and it's taken away.
But Rydalch is scrappy.
She is, and Neal tried to force a pass there, and the Diggers want a timeout. They'll take it with 2:57 left. We'll take it with them. We'll be back on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit USAVE Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with USAVE Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
Bears have a lot of work to do as they trail by 7 on the Brennan Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 43-36 with 2:45 left in this game. Pedersen with the ball for the Diggers. She's going to go to Larson. And Neal nearly takes away. Rydalch runs it down. She gets it to Harris. Harris had Bradshaw open. Larson, though, for 3. No good. Easy put back and miss by Bradshaw. Harris with the rebound and put back. That one doesn't make it. But Larson with the rebound now to Pedersen. I think the Bears thought everybody else was going to get that rebound, and they left it sitting there, and that was an easy steal there on the rebound. Pedersen thought about the 3. She'll just burn clock as they've taken almost a full 40 seconds off the clock on this possession, which Bears don't have time to let them do. Pedersen now to Larson, 10-second shot clock. Pedersen goes inside to Bradshaw. Ball taken away, and then Crockett is fouled. And Crockett gets the steal, but almost 49 seconds came off that clock on that possession. So even though they didn't score, they burned clock, which is what the Diggers needed to do. Skinner with it. Now bounce pass to Shaw. Bears need some points, and they need them quick. Out to Shaw. Lob to Wells, to Skinner. 3-point shot on the way. No good. And to Larson on the rebound. That's the shot the Bears needed and they wanted. She was open. Skinner almost gets the steal, but she knocks it in the hands of Pedersen. Easy layup. Oh, she missed it.
She missed it.
Bradshaw missed it. She got a rebound. Harris, she gets it and a foul. Bradshaw had the easy putback, missed it, but somehow the Bears couldn't get the rebound. It's a 9-point, could be a 10-point game from the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line. That's probably the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Wells picking up her second.
And the Bears got a good-looking shot, an open 3 at one end. had a chance to get a stop at the other end. Don't get either, and it's a 9-point game. And Harris misses the foul shot but gets the rebound. And the Bears going to drop a disappointing one here, barring a miracle. They're down by 9, and the Diggers have the ball with 1:13 left. Larson down the lane, layup no good. Rebound. So for some reason the horn went off. I'm not sure what it was, but they stop it. It's going to be Sugar-Salem basketball, 34-second shot clock. So there's an inadvertent buzzer with 1:07 left in the game. And it will be Sugar-Salem basketball. They have a 9-point lead. Ball goes into Need, up and in. She's fouled. Count it. Biggest lead of the game comes with 1:07 left. As Need gets the pass, puts it up immediately. It goes. She's fouled. She'll go to line for a chance to make it a dozen. And she does not, but Wells is fouled on the rebound. So it's an 11-point game. Sugar-Salem is going to get the win. Skinner cross court to Neal. Back to Skinner. She'll shoot a long 2. No good. And the rebound foul is going to be called on Larson. 54.8 left. And Skinner gets it into Neal. Now to Shaw. Shaw will shoot the 3. Yes. There's a Phillips 66 USA 3-point make. Too little, too late. And then Shaw commits the foul. It'll send Pedersen to the line at the other end. She'll shoot 2. So Shaw commits the foul. Pedersen will go to the line, shoot 2. 47-39. Sugar-Salem leads. Pedersen, who's made 3 Phillips 66 USA 3-point shots, now goes to the Jacobson Mountaineer foul line where she'll shoot a pair. She makes the first. Back to a 10-point game.
Klinger coming back in the game for Larson.
45 seconds left. And 9-point game. Miss, but the rebound to Harris. Pedersen with it. Bears won't foul. And it goes to Harris. Harris looking for some help. She comes out to Need, Pedersen, Klinger. There's about 8 seconds left between game clock and shot clock. Pedersen drives. Easy layup for Harris. 50-39. This Digger team is good. That's why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Yep.
Shaw, 3-point shot. Misses it. And rebound.
We're not
goes to
resetting
Sugar-Salem.
I
think he's pushing the buzzer when he means to be doing the shot clock, and that's going to do it. The Diggers are going to win by 11, 50-39. And the Bears come off of Christmas break, drop their second game of the season to the number 1 team in the state, the Sugar-Salem Diggers. Bears played better in Sugar than they did tonight, at least on the defensive end. Let's just wrap it up real quick. Lisa, who did the scoring?
All right, for Sugar, Need had 13. Harris with 13. 10 for Pedersen. 7 for Doherty. 4 for Bradshaw. 3 for Larson. They shot 45% overall. They were 50% from the 2-point range. 35%, 5 out of 14 from the 3-point, and 3 for 9, 33% from the foul line. 35 rebounds overall, 9 offensive, 26 defensive. For the Bears, 16 points for Wells, 6 for Shaw, 5 for Neal, 4 for Walker, 4 for Crockett, 2 for Alleman, 2 for Saxton. 33% overall shooting. They were 14 out of 29, 48% from the 2-point range, 2 for 19, 10% from the 3-point, and 5 out of 14, 35% from the foul line. 32 rebounds, 8 offensive, 24 defensive.
All right, we got Coach Wells on the microphone. 2 out of 19 from 3 and 5 out of 14 from the foul line. Coach, going to be the 2 stats that jump off the page.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to contest everything. They're a good defensive team, but those free ones at the foul line really hurt. We've been shooting quite well this year, and we came back and kind of laid an egg, shooting barely 30%, 35, 36?
35%.
35%. Yeah. No rest. You go right to Malad tomorrow. You got to win at Malad. When Malad came here early in the season, you won that one big. What do you look for tomorrow?
They're good. They're shooters. They play good defense. They're a good team. They get after you. So we're going to see. We got to go compete with them. It's good to get back into the swing of things, after the Christmas break. And so we're ready to go.
Yeah, both these teams, Sugar has not played since December 21st. You guys haven't played from December 21st because of weather last week. You get right back into it. You got Malad tomorrow, and then next week you jump right into you got a couple final games, then Firth and Soda, and then league play. Firth and Soda, a couple teams that you won big against those teams early in the year. And then that North Fremont game, just why everybody's listening right now, was rescheduled. January 18th is when you'll go up to North Fremont. So that's 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yep.
So, okay. All right. Thanks for coming up, Coach. Good luck tomorrow over in Malad.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Thanks.
Okay, so the Bears drop one. This is a team that, you'd like to be a little bit more competitive, but they're the number 1 team in the state for a reason. Yep. And they came in here, and both teams have been off for a couple weeks, and the Diggers came out a little bit stronger than the Bears tonight. Good crowd in the building, but the energy just wasn't there for the Bear Lake Bears tonight.
Very real chance that we could see these two teams match up again if both make it to the state tournament, which, according to the rankings right now, it would be the clash.
It would be the state championship game as of at this moment. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. Things get easier for the Bears, not simple, not real easy, but easier for the Bears for the next few weeks as they now have some teams that they've already played and have already beaten, starting with Malad tomorrow. That game, again, NFHS only. We will be in Tarrenton with the boys as they take on West Jefferson. That's about a 5 o'clock tip-off for the varsity tomorrow from West J. So, thank you to Chris out in the studio tonight, giving you the radio side of things. Nate making us look good down there on the production. And for everybody else on the SVI Sports Network, this is
Lisa Hillier
and Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.